Welcome to another deep dive, and today we're going to be uncovering something seriously cool.
Hmm.
And today's deep dive is going to be about plants.
Okay.
So you know how it is, you're walking through a plant nursery expecting the usual greenery, right?
Yeah.
And then bam, something totally unique just jumps out at you.
Yeah. Love that feeling.
And that's kind of what happened to this blogger that we're looking at today named Ang.
Okay.
And his blog is what is launching us into this deep dive today.
Right.
What's fascinating about him is he calls himself an old software plumber.
That's interesting.
And you wouldn't necessarily expect someone with that kind of background to be a plant enthusiast.
Yeah, you never know where passion's going to come from, right?
Exactly.
And, in his post, you can really feel that excitement when he's describing how he found this unusual plant
Yeah.
during a routine trip to the nursery.
His blog is keonmeng.org, and the post that caught our attention is titled, Notes on Gardening, Part 426. Is this Scaevola aemula, fan flower?
Wow, part 426.
I know, right?
That's a lot of notes on gardening.
And this was published on January 23rd, 2025.
Okay.
And he talks about how he found this plant with these incredible fan-shaped flowers.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, and he was really taken by just the shape of this flower, saying that it's unlike anything he's ever seen before, almost spanning a full 180 degrees.
Oh, wow. That's a pretty unique flower shape.
I can practically see it in my mind just from his description.
Well, and it speaks to just how diverse the plant world really is.
Yeah.
There are hundreds of thousands of plant species out there,
Wow.
and each one has its own unique adaptations and beauty.
That's incredible.
It really is.
So he was so intrigued by this flower that he actually tried to identify it using online resources.
Okay, so that's what a lot of plant enthusiasts do when they find something that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Their first instinct is to go online and compare it to images and descriptions that they can find.
Makes sense.
It's a quick and easy way to get a preliminary identification.
Yeah, that makes sense. But how reliable are those online resources?
Well, that's a good point.
I mean, wouldn't you want to double check that information?
Yeah, definitely.
Very cool.
It's really crucial to consult multiple reputable sources
Okay.
to confirm any identification you get online,
Yeah.
because different websites and databases might have different levels of accuracy,
Right.
or they might focus on different aspects of the plant.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so you can't just rely on one source.
So it sounds like it's not just about finding a match.
Right.
There's an actual process here.
Yes, absolutely.
Observation, research, and verification.
It's like detective work.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
plant detective work.
So speaking of being thorough, Aang actually goes on to describe his entire process for cultivating new plants.
Oh, interesting.
And he outlines this three-step process. Observe, determine the ideal microclimate, and then cultivate and propagate.
That's a very systematic approach.
I know, right?
And it makes me wonder if his location plays a role in that.
Oh, how...
Well, he believes this plant is a Scaevola aemula, which is also known as the fan flower,
Right.
and that's native to Australia.
Okay.
So if he's not living in Australia,
Yeah.
that could definitely influence how he approaches growing it,
That's a really good point.
because those plants are adapted to very specific conditions.
Right.
That might be different from his local climate.
Yeah, I see what you're
So it
saying.
adds another layer to his process.
Yeah, it's not just about, nurturing any plant. It's about understanding the specific needs of this plant
Exactly.
beyond where it came from originally.
It's about replicating those native conditions,
Wow.
which can be really challenging.
Yeah.
It requires really careful observation and adjustments to make sure that the plant thrives.
It makes you wonder if his software background is coming into play here.
Yeah, that's systematic thinking. It seems like he's applying that to his gardening.
That's a good point. He doesn't just, stick a plant in the ground and hope for the best.
Right.
He's really taken the time to understand it.
Yeah, and I think that's a valuable lesson for any gardener.
Yeah.
Before you even think about cultivating a plant, you need to understand its natural habitat,
Okay.
what it prefers,
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
It highlights the importance of research and observation, which are often overlooked aspects of gardening.
It's not just about having a green thumb. It's about having a curious mind.
Exactly.
And I'm already learning so much from Aang's approach, and we've only just scratched the surface.
I know, right?
I'm excited to dive deeper into the world of the fan flower
Me too.
and uncover what makes it so unique.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we know Aang is a really meticulous gardener, and this fan flower is originally from Australia.
Right.
What else makes this plant so special? I have to admit, before reading Eng's post, I had never even heard of fan flowers.
Well, that's part of what makes nature so fascinating, right? There's always something new to learn.
Absolutely.
So the fanflower, or Scaevola emula,
Mm-hmm.
it really is unique. Okay.
Besides those really captivating fan-shaped flowers, it's actually adapted to thrive in some of Australia's toughest environments.
Really?
Like, think coastal dunes or rocky outcrops.
Oh, wow. That's pretty impressive.
So this little flower is kind of a survivor,
It is.
which actually makes it even more surprising that Eng found it at a nursery.
Yeah, especially if he's not living in Australia himself.
Exactly. That little detail from his blog post,
Yeah.
it really adds another layer to this whole discovery. Because usually nurseries will stock plants that are going to do well in the local climate, right?
Right, of course.
So finding a fan flower in, let's say, a North American nursery would be pretty unusual.
Okay.
It could mean that he specifically sought it out.
Yeah,
Or maybe this nursery just has a really unique selection.
maybe.
But either way, it just shows how passionate he is about plants.
It really does. He's not just a casual gardener,
No.
He's really seeking out interesting and challenging species to try and cultivate.
So let's get back to the fan flower itself, though.
Okay.
What exactly makes it so visually appealing?
Okay, so imagine this.
Okay.
You've got these really vibrant bloom or purple flowers, and they just bloom profusely all throughout the warmer months.
Oh, nice.
And they really live up to their name with that very distinctive fan-like shape.
Mm-hmm.
And you know the name Scaevola?
Yeah.
It actually comes from the Latin word for left-handed.
Wait, left-handed? What does that even mean for a flower?
I know, right?
I'm picturing like a southpaw plant.
Yeah, it's all about the flower's asymmetry.
Okay.
So if you imagine a hand with its fingers spread out, but some of those fingers are missing on one side,
Okay.
you get this fan shape that doesn't quite make a full circle.
Oh, interesting.
It's just another example of how quirky nature can be with its designs.
I love that. So it's almost like nature is playing a visual trick,
Right.
creating this like half flower.
Yeah.
That's even more captivating than a whole one.
Exactly, exactly.
But I have to imagine there's a reason behind this unusual shape.
Absolutely.
Like it can't just be for aesthetics.
It's not, and this is where that whole form follows function idea comes in.
Okay.
Because the fan flower's unique shape,
Yeah.
it actually helps attract pollinators.
Oh, like bees and butterflies.
Exactly. So the asymmetrical landing platform, it's perfect for them.
It's amazing how these tiny little details can play such a big role in a plant's survival.
They really do.
It just highlights how ingenious nature is and how everything's interconnected.
Well, and that brings us back to a point that Eng's blog post makes.
Okay.
Which is this idea of approaching gardening with a curious mind.
Right. He's not just focused on, like, the practical aspects of it, is he?
No, he's fascinated by where plants come from, how they've adapted, and their role in the whole ecosystem.
So it's more of a holistic approach.
It is. It's like he's not just gardening, he's engaging with nature on a much deeper level.
Yeah, I see what you mean. But I'm also thinking about, like, the bigger picture here.
Okay.
How does finding this fan flower tie into, the grand scheme of things?
That's a great question. And it brings us to biodiversity.
Okay.
So the fact that he came across a plant he had never seen before, potentially outside its native habitat, it just shows you how diverse life on Earth really is.
It really makes you wonder how many other plant species are out there.
Exactly.
Just waiting to be discovered.
Absolutely.
And also, makes you think about how many we're at risk of losing.
Right.
Because of habitat destruction and climate change.
Yeah, those are all really important questions.
They are.
And Eng's experience is this great reminder that even in our world today, there's still so much to learn about nature.
Yeah.
And it really highlights the importance of preserving biodiversity.
For future generations.
Exactly.
It's a pretty sobering message.
It is.
But also hopeful.
It is.
Because we need to protect these treasures, but we also need to keep exploring and learning.
Absolutely.
And sharing these discoveries, just like Eng did.
Well, that's what makes stories like his so inspiring, right?
Totally.
He shows us that anyone, even an old software plumber, can contribute to our understanding of nature.
Right. It all starts with that curiosity.
It does.
And being observant, and then doing your research and being willing to share what you've learned.
Exactly.
It's almost like a call to action for all of us.
It is.
To look at the world with that sense of wonder.
Yeah.
And appreciate just how interconnected everything really is.
And it doesn't have to be about plants.
Right.
That same mindset can be applied to anything.
Anything that you're interested in?
Anything, any field.
That's so true.
Eng's blog post is really a testament to that.
Yeah.
To the power of lifelong learning.
Totally. I'm really feeling inspired to just get out there and explore.
Yeah.
With this renewed sense of curiosity.
Me too.
But before we go on our own little adventures,
Yeah.
let's recap what we've learned from Eng and his fanflower discovery.
Okay.
Okay, so what are like the biggest takeaways from our deep dive into Eng's fanflower encounter?
Well, we've seen how even something as simple as going to a plant nursery can spark a journey of discovery. And it's all thanks to curiosity and having a really observant eye.
Eng's story really shows how even those ordinary places can have these extraordinary surprises.
They can if we're open to them.
If we're just paying attention.
Exactly.
We also learned about that really fascinating Scaevola aemula, the fanflower.
Yeah, and how it's adapted to these tough environments.
Right, a little survivor.
And attracts pollinators with its unique shape.
It's incredible. The plant kingdom is so diverse and ingenious.
It really is.
And we can't forget about, how to properly identify plants, right?
Of course not.
Eng's really methodical. He uses all these different online resources.
Yeah.
Has a systematic plan. And it just really shows the value of doing your research.
Right.
And understanding what that plant needs.
But it goes deeper than just identification, doesn't it?
Yeah, what do you mean?
It's about this mindset of approaching gardening with that sense of wonder.
Okay.
And appreciation for how everything is connected.
It goes beyond just the practical stuff.
It does. He wants us to think about the origins, the adaptations, the role these plants play
in the ecosystem.
In the bigger picture.
Yeah, I think you can take that perspective beyond gardening too.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. It can apply to any field, any interest you have.
As long as you have that curiosity and willingness to learn.
What really struck me, though, was how this one little discovery connected to these big themes of biodiversity and conservation.
It's like this ripple effect.
Yeah. Finding that fanflower, maybe outside its native habitat, makes you think about how vast the plant world is.
It does.
And the threats that it faces.
Absolutely. It really underscores how important it is to protect these natural treasures.
Not just because they're beautiful, but because of, what they do for our ecosystem.
Right. They're essential.
For our planet.
Exactly.
So Eng's story is a call to action for all of us, wouldn't you say?
It is. What unexpected things are out there waiting for you?
If you just approach the world with that same open mind.
Yeah. What will you discover when you step outside your comfort zone?
And embrace those unexpected things.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be plants.
It doesn't. It could be anything.
A new book, a different neighborhood to explore.
A new skill.
Yeah, anything that sparks that curiosity.
Anything that makes you want to learn more.
And hey, if you find something amazing during your explorations, we want to hear about it.
We do.
Share your discoveries with us on social media.
Keep the conversation going.
Yeah, let's keep that spirit of discovery alive.
Because that's what it's all about, right?
Exactly.
Sparking that curiosity.
Inspiring that lifelong love of learning.
And exploration.
Well, thank you for joining us on this journey.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Into the world of unexpected plant discoveries.
It's been fun.
Until next time, keep exploring.
Keep learning.
Keep learning, and keep that sense of wonder alive.